You're listening to Traumedy, the podcast that helps you take your pain and play with it. I'm Nancy Norton. I am a comedian. I am a keynote speaker about the power of humor and a former registered nurse. And hey, happy Nurses Week, everybody. Happy Nurses Week. I'm doing 2 shows for Nurses Week. I have a show tonight. It's Tuesday, May 6th at Comedy Works South down in South Denver. And then May 8th, I'll be in Colorado Springs at Looney's Comedy Corner. So come out, bring your nurse friends. Half the show is the audience telling stories on their patients. Sometimes it's on, we don't violate any HIPAA regulations, but we do get close. Try not to do any identifying things. However, it's about the nurses getting rid of vicarious trauma. You can't be alone with this stuff. You got to let it out, or some of the funniest, craziest things. Also love to hear miracles that happened at work, really cool things. Like one time when I was in Hawaii and I was working in pain management and I was helping mothers with their postpartum pain, but then I was also helping people who were dying on another floor in the hospital, making sure they had good pain management. So I was basically just going around to check on people's pain management level. I went in to check on a patient as she was actively dying. And her eyes just had this like portal, I don't know. I almost felt like I was looking into the beyond through her eyes. And it was just this very peaceful place. And then I went down to the newborn nursery and postpartum, and I thought I saw her in the eyes of a brand new baby. I mean, it was one of the most like, whoa, that's her. It looked like her. It looked like the same. But maybe it's just because they're brand new, that this just in from the spirit realm. People don't really know where consciousness comes from. So I know a lot of folks don't like spiritual things in evidence-based, science-based thing. But listen, I'm a 5th generation nurse, and before that we were called witches. So hey, I'm intuitive and I'm sticking with it. And every nurse I know has had a gut feeling about something that the machine said was not a problem. It's like, wait, something's off with this patient, even though all of the markers are right. The labs are good. The telemetry is good. There's something beyond the measurable devices that I just think intuition, gut knowledge, I don't know. There's a lot there. And every mom, come on. Mother's Day is coming up. My guest this week, she is a mom, an amazing comedian, is a host at Film on the Rocks. And she is a newly single mom. And I remember this time when my son was a toddler and going through a breakup and how hard it is because toddlers require so much energy.
I would like to be laughing, and then if I had a moment to myself, my brain just goes, this is hard. Instead of, it's just the moments aren't coming, and when the moment comes, that's all I can hear is this is hard. This is hard.
I would see my reflection in my phone every now and then. I'm like, oh my God, I did not know I just was so disappointed.
I looked at my face today and was like, Lord Jesus. It was like somebody made a mask with too much clay on it. It was just like, whoa, heavy and sad. I had to put my wig on just to pull my face back a little bit today. But yeah, the scowling and it's like, thinking, girl, you beat up.
Yeah. Remember, no matter how hard it gets, you got to try to make space for some humor. It's hard to do. It's counterintuitive. It's when you least think you can laugh at something is when you need it the most. So I hope you're finding something to laugh about in these trying times. Enjoy this episode. I'll see you on the other side. Welcome to Traumedy. My guest this week is a comedian, an actor, and an event host. I love that. Welcome, Janae Burris, everybody. Woo!
Thanks. Now, and when I hear you say it, I'm like, okay, does that suit me? Does that fit me? Okay.
I like that you're putting it out there what you want. Like, this is what you're good at, though. You can do all these things. You're so much more. Like you said, you limited it to 3 things for some reason, but there's an infinite amount of description.
When people put too much, it makes it sound like you're not an expert in anything. The whole jack of all trades thing.
Yeah.
But So that's why I limited. I'm like, oh no, I think I also feel that I can be good at all three of those things. I feel confident in it. I don't
Really,
I just want to be honest.
Hey, I want to say, not just good. You're great at all those things.
Thank you.
I have seen you in all those things, and I want to say the event host piece. I've not introduced anyone that way, but man, I can't tell you how many people reach out to me saying, "Would you host this event, or would you do, MC this fundraiser?" And I think we just played Scrabble, and I was telling you the blessing and the curse of dyslexia is that I can unscramble and re-scramble words.
Mm-hmm.
But when I host like an event like that, they often give me a page of stuff to read. I can't read very well in front of people. I have almost a panic attack, and I get anxious, and I can do it if there's something short enough I can memorize or at least practice it. It just makes me nervous. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the fact that you also teach hosting at Comedy Works, right? You teach people how to host. Obviously, you're an expert in it. So I'm just saying, hey, if anybody out there is hearing this and you need a host for an event who's a headlining comedian, I mean, that is golden. We need to manifest.
Yeah, I hope more of those. You know what came through my Instagram? Instagram's constantly selling me something, and I think it's listening to me and whatever, it is. Because I was getting a lot of public speaker things being like, click on this, for my free workshop. And now I'm getting this guy's like talking about a database for MCs and event hosts. I was like, oh yeah, maybe, I'd be into that. Even if am not familiar with the subject, it's like, give me, what's the date? What's the time? Give me the itinerary and the paperwork or whatever. And what am I being paid? Okay,
yes.
I will read your paper. I will smile and charm the audience. I don't know anything about technology, but I'll try to just be funny and charming. And
I have to say, your style is so you. Like, you're just so laid back. You make people comfortable. Like I have a lot of neurotic energy, and I push my energy pretty far, but I don't think it's sustainable. I can do it, but it's like, I don't know that it's sustainable over a 2-hour event, like going up and down like that. I can do it, but I don't know. I feel like when I'm doing stand-up, I definitely amp up old Nance, like my, yeah. Whereas you are like, hey.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm hosting, I do turn it up. I do a different hosting energy for sure. Versus when I'm headlining, I'm incredibly laid back when I'm headlining.
You are.
I take my time, but for hosting, I do, and I teach people to turn up the energy. I do believe that it requires.
Okay.
That. I think that hosting is more of a marathon. It's like you do need to sustain your energy to sustain the crowd. That is your job, even if you're not the funniest person. Can you at least keep everyone's attention and keep them awake, keep them involved in the event for the 2 hours or whatever?
But I want to say, even your laid back energy is very engaging. It's not that it's not captivating, because I think it still is. And to me, if I was going to an event and you were going up there, you make me lean in.
Oh, good.
And I lean in and I want to hear, what is she saying? And there's a lot of confidence behind you, because you're just like, what you see is what you get. To me, it just puts out like this confidence of like, it's not pushing, it's not pulling back. It's just like, I'm right here.
Thank
really
you.
Really present.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's funny, like we were just saying, now that we are both headlining all the time, we don't get to work with each other as much because we're on different gigs. So I miss, and I just haven't been able to get down to Comedy Works like I used to. So
yeah, I'm there on Tuesdays doing notes and stuff.
You're teaching,
trying to kind of be a showrunner for the Tuesday night show. And I miss everybody. I'm just like, where is everybody? Everybody graduated, and I'm teaching at our old college. Okay. And it's all babies now.
All right. We need to get back out. But then when the pros go on, you're back giving notes.
I'm back giving notes, so I don't get to see people. But I feel connected if I just see their names, and then I try to pop out, at the bar and say, hey, thanks for being here. Because I know as a pro, you're not getting paid. And I'm like, I hope you just come and do some open mic time here, use this great audience, and drink for cheap. And thanks for being here, for making the show better. I need y'all. I look at that pro list and I'm like, I feel responsible for the show. I hope that I've chosen a good host, and I hope that good pros come through to show that, I don't know, I feel like we showcase Denver.
Yeah.
There, so
I mean, Denver. How long have you been a comedian, and how long have you been in Denver?
It's been 10 years in Denver, and about 16 years. I say 16 years. 16 years is I took a class, but I didn't really crank it up until I got to Denver.
And that's when you went pro?
Yeah. Yeah. So the 6 years before Denver was doing some shows here and there, really wanting to be a comedian, but not being in a community where the opportunity was there, but doing as much as I could. I lived in Fresno, and we had like a few open mics here and there. We did some bar shows. We had some casino shows, but I wasn't aspiring to anything. I was just trying to be funnier. I wasn't really trying to. Anyway, when I got to Denver,
the scene here is so
the
big
scene
and
was
full
great,
and busy,
and I came in with, it was just bigger than where I was, so I was really excited to be here. So 10 years of trying to go at it, but yeah, I don't think I quit. My last day job was, all the dates are mixed up now since the pandemic.
I know
the years are.
I know. It is kind of messing with. When you said 10 years, I was thinking, okay, so 2015, it's 2025 now. And then I only started going back into comedy because my son turned 11 in 2015. And that's when he would push me out the door, like, I'm ready for you to go. No. He had a lot of separation anxiety. And then, you're a single mom.
I'm a newly single mom.
With a toddler. I mean, he's 2.
I think I hear him saying,
"Where's Mommy?" We might hear him. He's in the other room with Stephanie McHugh.
Like, where's Mommy?
It takes a village.
It took him a minute. We've been in here for a little bit. He just now noticed.
Oh, is he? You hear him? You heard him asking for you?
I think I heard, "Where's Mommy?" But she probably just said,
I can't tell if that's my son singing in the basement.
I do hear him singing as well.
Okay, so that's going to be on the back. I guess I'll just leave it. We're moms.
The noise is always there. There's never, sometimes he falls asleep in the car and I turn the radio off and I'm just like, this is my time.
Just to have quiet. You're right. So let's see. You started in 2015. This is where we were. Yeah.
Yeah, 2014 actually.
Oh, 2014 you moved out.
June. So I guess it's about to be 11 years. June 2014.
About to be
I moved
11.
to Colorado.
Wow. And because I knew you were already kind of established by the time, I think it was 2016 that I went back. And as a single mom, my son had a lot of separation anxiety and he didn't like me to leave in the evenings, even though I did have a significant other intermittently that helped with him. So, and you're a newly single mom trying to navigate all this.
That I didn't understand that when you came back, when people told me like, oh yeah, Nancy was really funny. Nancy did all of this stuff. She's been gone for a while, and because she's a mom. I was just like, I don't get it. Why did she stop? Yeah. Why did she? It made me. I didn't know you at all. It was just like, who is this lady just showing up again? Like, we've moved on, lady.
I know the whole scene had evolved. Like the Grolix guys were not around when I left. Josh Blue was an open micer when I went.
Wow.
When I left for Nepal, he was letting somebody pour beer in his ear, laying on stage, trying to get laughs. And then I come back and he's like, "Oh yeah, Josh is the headliner. These 3 Grolix guys are kings, And I mean, it was like, who are all these people? And you were there, and you were doing the Pussy Bros.
Yeah,
it was already, everybody
didn't make
was,
sense to
I
me.
was so outside.
I wasn't a parent, and I didn't understand the connection between, she had a kid and she took a break.
Now he's got the guitar.
Entered the child with his music.
He's got his amp going. Oh man. Okay, listen, let's just keep going. Sorry.
This is a very special episode with like a little underscore going.
But so you thank you so what you're saying is you could not empathize with that. You couldn't understand it. Like, it's just a kid. Why aren't you out here doing shows?
What makes you, why would she have so much success and be as funny as everybody said? Oh, that's Nancy. Nancy's really funny.
Oh.
It's like, so if Nancy's really funny and she was doing well, then why'd she stop?
Yeah, because I tried to tour with literally a potty chair and a pack and play. I am not kidding you, Janae. I tried. Gosh. And then I would call the club owner and say, hey, do you have a teenage daughter, somebody that can watch my son while I'm on stage? And then, and then it just didn't, it just was like, you know what? And luckily, like I said, I have this nursing license and I just had to go back to work as a nurse because I wasn't expecting to be a single mom either. I went through that huge breakup with ex and blah, blah, blah. But so when you're here telling me, you're a newly single mom, and I'm like, okay, let's get creative. You don't have to take 10 years off like I did. We can get creative. And I was just suggesting like housemate that is, I don't know, there's got to be creative solutions, and we do need more support. Like
it feels I'm a little bit scared and hurt by I feel, first of all, I need to apologize to every mom artist I ever judged for taking a break, because it's so hard. It's so hard to do. It is not the industry, and even the craft of being an artist. It doesn't, as much creativity as I have as a mom and what I'm experiencing and my feelings, the way I am in the world as a mom, all of that I have, the industry is like not set up for me to be able to share that. The time it takes, the community that you need, the ability to earn a living. Before, it was just like, I'll earn enough was all, that was the goal. I just wanted to be an artist and earn enough.
Me too. That's it.
I just wanted to create.
Not trying to acquire wealth.
I wasn't trying to acquire wealth.
Because that's the artist's soul.
Yeah.
It's like, there'll be enough. There'll be shelter. There'll be food.
I wanted to create. That's where I feel most comfortable. I want to be in it. I don't like, school was hard, regular school all day. That was hard for me because not every subject appealed to me and not every subject made sense. And I didn't like not being good at stuff or feeling shy and embarrassed all the time. But with the arts, I've always felt good and confident. And even when I don't have the skill, I believe I can learn the skill and I can grow and I can get better and I can see someone else and I can set a goal and be like, okay, I want to do that, what that person's doing. I just want to keep doing that. But then as a mom, you're like, you must earn a living.
I know.
You must.
It's a different feeling.
You have
totally.
to.
Yeah. When you are the sole provider for a child. And also for me, I mean, I told my son, and here we are back in this, we had moved out, rented this out for a little while, but we moved in here when my son was a little older than Ezra. Your son's Ezra, my son's Nathaniel. So if we reference them, it's just, I told him I wanted him to have a stable home. So I was like, that was another piece for me because I went through just crazy making breakup with, Safe House told me I'd been with a sociopath for 11 years. And I wanted him, for me too, a foundation. So there's that too. It's like, oh, not only do I have to have food and shelter, but I have to I want to provide a sense of foundation and stability for him. Mm-hmm. And not that you can't do that in different ways, but for me, I just wanted him to, have a sense of this is home. And I lived in different people's houses for, 2 to 4 years because of all these legal battles I had to go through. It's so hard going through a separation or a breakup with your baby, with your toddler.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned about therapeutic humor when I was going through all that, I actually stumbled on these articles about how humor helps us not only with getting rid of some of those stress hormones in our body, but also with creative problem solving. And here I am, a comedian, but I was like, I wasn't working that much and I wasn't laughing very much. Mm-hmm. So I had to develop this idea okay, I have to go out of my way to laugh more. I don't know. Do you use humor yourself? I know you give a lot of humor, you express it, but do you use humor personally to help you cope?
I don't think that I do. Not lately.
Things just aren't feeling too funny lately.
Things aren't feeling funny lately. Exactly. It's just,
it's so hard.
Every day I'm like, it's so hard. That is and I don't want to keep doing that. I want to be in a positive place already. I desire that, but I'm just not there. I'm in the middle of, I'm at the beginning of a custody battle, at the very beginning of it. And it's already hard. So every day I would like to be laughing. And then if I had a moment to myself, my brain just goes, this is hard. Instead of, it's just the moments aren't coming. And when the moment comes, that's all I can hear is this is hard. This is hard.
Yeah.
But Ezra, I think Ezra feels it and is trying. He sees me he sees me struggling a little bit, and he's just an innocent kid, but man, every now and again his eyes open and he looks at me, and then he tries to just give me positive words. I love you, and he's like really looking at me, and lately he's been saying, "I funny."
Oh,
that's so funny. He's got his, we're working on his. He
is funny, by the way. The last time I babysat him, he was doing a magic trick with his napkin. Like he was stuffing it down his shirt and then going ta-da, and I'm like, how does this kid know that that's funny? Like he's only 2. He was like a little bitty kid in a high chair, and he's like sneakily stuffing a napkin down his shirt, and I'm like, where's your napkin? And he's like, ta-da, and it was hilarious. Like it was genuinely funny. Like it wasn't like, aha, I'm gonna laugh, because you know how kids like, I'm gonna tell you a joke, and it's obviously like you like to say, oh, that's real. You try to give them whatever. But with him, I was genuinely making me laugh because the way he was doing it, funny. Do you ever feel like, we have these, I don't know, I'm very spiritual. So these kids come into our lives. My son, like I said, I would still have been with that person had it not been to see her through my son's eyes. And I'm like, wait a minute. I could take this, but it's not okay for, a toddler to be in this situation. Mm-hmm. So he helped me get out of that relationship. But then he also just came to me with this funny light. And I mean that in a way, like he's funny. And I would see my reflection in my phone every now and then. I'm like, oh my God, I did not know I just was so disappointed.
I looked at my face today and was like, Lord Jesus. It was like somebody made a mask with too much clay on it. It was just like heavy and sad. I had to put my wig on just to pull my face back a little bit today. But yeah, the scowling and it's like, thinking, girl, you beat up.
Yeah, and it is. It's so hard. It's a heaviness. Like when you are like you're like me, you're so much like me. Your family's at least 2 states away, and it's not a match to live there, and you're on your own. And it's a huge growing. Like the growing pains are huge. It's like going from this playful, whimsical artist into like, oh my God, I've got to make a living. And but my son, I taught him some Monty Python sketches when he was really little. And I don't know why kind of an over-the-top British accent can make me, like, it just gives me, like, we would, I'm working these 12-hour shifts as a nurse, and I'm trying to I never go to bed early, so I only had slept 4 hours, so I'm crabby. I try to get out the door, and, he spills his milk or something, and then we would just go into, like, oh, dear, the milk has spilt, and it just takes, even the simple little thing like that of going back and forth, because I don't know, and he does always want to try to make me laugh when I'm really stressed, and I interviewed him on here, and I was like, sometimes it's too soon, and he goes, but that's when it's best. But I go, but it's not your job, I would tell him. It's not your job to make me feel better, but it's just his nature, and I'm guessing that's Ezra's nature.
I watched him, we had a doctor's appointment, and we got there early because we had been late before and missed it. We got there early, and then our doctor was really behind, so we're like in the lobby for like an hour, and he was running around making other babies laugh. Oh, he was just doing like slapstick stuff, just really engaging with the babies were cracking up.
He's working the waiting room.
Oh my God. Like, oh my God. He's always trying to use some humor. I was just like, what the heck are you doing?
He's got that gift.
He's got a gift, and he's paying attention. He's always paying attention.
That's right. And that I know, and that's another responsibility we have. It's like, wait a minute, I have a responsibility to them. I want to be authentic. Like, I don't want to mask everything because they can feel that too. So it's almost like, it's almost a duty to myself where I was like, okay, I've got to try to find lightness in the middle of all this heaviness. Because I just want you to know I'm with you 100% on how hard it is. People, if you have not had the responsibility of a child all to yourself, you do not know. And you can't. You can't.
I'm sorry for every person I know that I ever judged for their mothering. or their parenting. I mean, just as a non-parent, you can never understand.
You don't understand why we leave the jelly on the face till the end of the day. Like, I used to judge those moms at the store, like, God, why does that kid have stuff all over his face?
Oh,
and then I'm
man.
like, I got it. I was like, no, it's gonna, there's gonna be more before the end of the.
There's gonna be
wait till
more.
Wait till bath time.
There's gonna be more. You know why his clothes are stained? Because all of his clothes are stained. They were new at some point.
And my son loved cars too. Your son loves cars, and he would always wear one knee out in his jeans. Like the first day I would buy him the jeans, the knees are gone. So it's like, yep, I'm doing those patches, the iron-on patches.
I just got everything just got covered in. I'm doing more laundry because I'm trying to potty train also, which I hate it. I knew I would hate it. I've always hated it as a nanny, as a big sister. Potty training is gross. So there's a lot of running to the bathroom, a lot of me trying to dump all the poop in the, out of the underwear and into the toilet. It's like, I think some fell out somewhere. And then somehow in these little pockets, he loves his pockets right now, I missed half of a crayon.
Oh no, got in the laundry.
Got in the laundry. Brand new outfit that I had him in yesterday for Easter eggs. I was like, well, matches everything else, I guess. Stains on everything.
I wonder how you could get that out. Now I'm all of a sudden like problem solving over here.
Nah, it's fine. That's one thing I did let go.
Yeah,
was
isopropyl
clothes.
alcohol.
Nah, I don't do any work on clothes anymore.
Okay, good. Yes, let it go, and it probably looks a little like tie-dye or something.
I can't let everything go, but the clothing, I try not to buy expensive clothing. He's growing so fast, and he enjoys getting quite dirty.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, girl, don't get your heart broken. There was a stain on the shirt before we got out of the car yesterday. So I went to go take him out of the car, and I was like, what even is that?
My son always just had an affinity for every mud puddle. Like, soon as we got outside, he would belly flop inside. I mean, it is like, oh, man.
Like Peppa Pig.
Well, so going back, if you don't mind, with a little traumedy too, like this is good though. I mean, I think it's so important. Like my son, that was another thing just I thought of about, he would not wear socks. I think he has sensitive skin or something, and he hated socks. And it took me a while to realize, you know what? No one's going to arrest me if he's not wearing socks. I mean,
a lot of old black ladies judging you.
Oh, I know
like,
for sure. Because he also would wear his pants backwards, and I let him. I was just like, yep. That's how. And it was statistically, it was more than half the time that he had those pants on backwards. We went to preschool like that. He started a trend. And then the socks, we just would ball them up and throw them at each other. And so we were trying to release. I mean, it was just so hard. And then I made up some bad song parodies on the way to preschool, just trying to get rid of that stress in my body. But so anything, if you like, it can help you to play with some of the stress in a indirect way, like, or, if you see your face in the mirror. I've been doing weird stuff in the mirror lately. Like, I'm worth doing a show for. You know what I mean? I'm the only one here, and I'm looking at my body, sagging at this age. So I do little like funny little cartoon walk across when I go in front of my mirror. I'm like, ding-a-ling. And I mean, I'm worth making myself laugh. I decided. I'm like, I don't care. Like there's a part of me going, if anyone saw me doing this, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's for me.
I could do that. I mean, it costs me nothing. Just take a moment and make myself laugh. But it's because that's how I make my living. And I really, somebody asked me hours before my show on Thursday, I was headlining, are you ready? I was like, I'm not ready until they say Janae Burris, till they get to the S in Burris.
That's how.
And then there's a delay. And then I come out.
Yeah. And then I'll be ready.
Yeah. I'm not. And yeah.
Yeah, you've been doing this. You don't need to
I don't turn it on any earlier. I am not funny. I am as quiet as I can be, which I need to talk more because that's my kid deserves it. He's got his little speech delay that really could be helped by me talking more, which my mom told me.
Oh, now
for years she's been saying you don't talk enough to him.
Oh, is that true? So your mom, when you grew up, where are you in your family? You're a big family, or a lot of?
I have 4 sisters. I'm number 2.
You're number 2.
2 of 5.
And then were you shy as a kid? Did you not need?
Yeah, pretty shy and
you're
quiet.
You're pretty introverted, or so that's your nature.
I just sit quietly and have lots of thoughts, endless thoughts, nonstop thoughts.
Oh, do you have obsessive thoughts.
Yeah, the thoughts never turn off. Well, right now with the kid, it's watching the clock and thinking about tomorrow's appointments and thinking about the laundry and thinking about I need a sitter and should I go to that audition, and so that none of that stopped. And then as a comedian managing my own career, did I buy that flight yet? Did I even put that date in my thing?
I know. That's my biggest fear, that I'll completely forget a date.
And I have. And it's like, I am better about if it's money, actual money that I can count. Sometimes with the little ones, I'm like, okay, I'll put that in my phone when I get a chance. But with money, I'm like, just mark the day. Just at least mark the day and then investigate later.
I have to put at least 2 alerts, and then I'm trying to put, and then you were even saying earlier how you be on stage and you're thinking about Ezra because you've got him with a babysitter somewhere.
Yeah.
So I know that feeling too. It's like they're never out of our consciousness. Even right now, you're probably thinking, I wonder, he knows Stephanie really well, so they get along, but it was nice when things were good and we trusted each other and I could feel like my kid is with his dad and he's fine, or even more specifically, call them before a set and know, we're at Lava Island jumping around. Okay. So I got 45 minutes. I'm just going to turn you guys off and I'm going to do my show. Yeah.
And then I'll be right back.
But now you don't feel like you can turn your phone off either.
I can't turn my mind off. I'm split. I'm on stage I'm not even sure if I'm being funny anymore. My mouth is moving and.
So you're not in your body.
I'm not totally in my body right now. I'm trying to be present with him. And then when I spend all day with him, which I have been a lot because, like we were saying, you have to decide, is this job worth getting a sitter and then driving out of the way and all of that. So a lot of times lately I've been just staying home and it's been rough, but sometimes just as an adult being with a kid all day nonstop, he's been great about entertaining himself here, but when it's just he and I,
it's not the same. He's more
physically
like pulling
touching me.
Yeah.
I can't even get in the bathroom by myself. And then if there's quiet, then it's actually something is going on. I'm like, oh, great. Let's hope all the poop's in one place. Please don't make me look for it.
Or find it under a barefoot.
Just stepping in a wet. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm lucky for that. I'm like, thank God I didn't have shoes on. I wouldn't have known I stepped in that. I wouldn't have known the carpet was wet right there. So that was actually a plus. But because he's just at an age where he's getting into everything. And if I don't stop him, if I don't physically have eyes on him, he will try to investigate things on his own.
Of course.
He's just extremely curious right now.
Yeah, he's very, very bright, and that's going to go along with it. I feel for you, and there's going to come a solution, I do believe, and we don't know the exact thing yet, but I think it's possible. There's some creative solution. There's got to be. I can't help but think, and now we're in this, we do Moms Unhinged together, and other mom comedians. We should have a meeting, everybody do a brainstorming, see what solutions come. But I was curious about hearing how shy you are. And honestly, you've always been, a little bit shy, even, backstage. I was always kind of curious, I don't know if she's happy, sad. I can't really read you very well. You're very still, your energy is very still too. So how did you find out you were funny when you're so shy? When did that happen?
I always wanted to be funny as a skill. I don't know. It's partial low self-esteem regarding when sometimes just as a kid, girls do this, boys do this, whatever. I'm not pretty enough. Oh, my sister's so pretty. Everybody, based on other people saying she was pretty. Her getting attention, but that was her personality too. She had a lovely personality, which I couldn't see. I was just like, she's prettier than me, and I'm no fun, and I'm not pretty, I'm ugly, and then feeling like she's not that funny. Wait a second, she's not that funny. I could be funny. Because it felt like a thing to figure out, watching cartoons, watching TV shows, just understanding humor, and believing that I did believe I was smart enough to understand humor, and because I was a person who was in my head all the time, I could work jokes and work ideas and thoughts in my head.
So you start scripting?
And just imagine funny things. And
what were some shows that kind of influenced you as a kid, or actor, comedic? Because you're also an actor. So was it the acting part first, or was it a blending?
I was a kid in South Central Los Angeles, even though we were working class and like my dad owned our house, my mom didn't work. I got to go to a lot of art events. I was in art classes. I got moved to, this gifted high achieving class, which now people are being like, you probably had ADHD and you didn't even know it. They just stuck you in another class. They told you it was a gifted class.
No, I bet it was.
Well, we didn't really do traditional studies like the rest of the kids in school. We did a lot of art.
Oh.
We did a lot of art and talking and people coming by to talk to us and ballet classes. And we're going off for another field trip to a museum and, tickets for your family to go see a ballet. And we were always going to things and seeing art. And I just felt connected.
That's my home.
This is what I want to be. And I didn't know how, which part of art I would get into. When they would read books, I wanted to see my name. I was like, oh, I'm a writer. Oh, okay, I'm a poet. I can write poems. I'll be a poet. Just all the arts. I was like, okay, I think this vibe is what I want. I want to be in this all the time. I don't ever want to go back to math class.
Yeah.
I don't want to do PE. I don't want to play outside. I just want to stay inside and paint and play music and write stories. And we worked on a loom. I remember, it was a lot of just creating stuff all the time, and it felt comfortable. And so then I used to watch Fame a lot, the TV show.
Yes.
Fame. I wanted to go to an art school.
Yes.
That was my big dream, go to an art school. But when I was a kid, it was just you watch what comes on.
Right.
Perfect Strangers was a thing back then.
Wait, what was Perfect Strangers?
With
not Strangers.
The cousin.
I remember Strangers with Candy.
Bartoculus or whatever.
Anyway. That sounds. Yes, that sounds familiar. Okay.
Yeah, this is like traditional sitcom, like before Modern Family and Arrested Development style stuff. This was traditional.
I don't know.
Tom and Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies.
Lots of laugh tracks. I remember.
Did you watch any I grew up with Carol Burnett and
I watched some Carol Burnett,
Lily Tomlin, like comedic actors.
Did you ever watch Mama's Family?
Yes, Mama's Family. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that. I mean, there was lots of comedic women. I watched a lot of I Love Lucy.
Oh yeah.
Just women were funny and silly, and I thought my dad might appreciate it. I thought it was, I can't really do math. I'm not really that. I try to play sports and you gotta have your heart in sports. I never had my heart in it. It's like, I'm fine losing. I was always fine losing.
That's interesting.
But I thought maybe comedy was something he could respect, and because he laughed a lot and he joked a lot.
So that was a way that you could get his attention and his respect.
Yeah, watching him and other adults and how other adults responded to him, I was like, oh, he's very funny. What I didn't know was he was charming and friendly. He and I butted heads. I think we might have been similar, but we butted heads a lot. But out in the world with other people were really charmed by him. And I kind of took note and took notice. And I wanted that, but I don't think he was an introvert. So that was the part I was missing.
Because he was a natural extrovert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad. How do I get over that hump?
Yeah, that's a lot. But it's so often comedians are called shy extroverts. I feel like I fit into that one. But maybe it's just insecurity and low self-esteem, because I'm just I want to try to get the lay of the land before I show. But you're truly an introvert. You just need that time inside, quiet.
I would sit by myself all the time as a kid. Sit and imagine playing, though. Sit and imagine making friends and imagine what it would be like if I could walk with those girls, and imagine what I would say if they came over to me. And I would just have scenes in my head. And if anybody spoke to me, I would clam up and just freeze, not speak. A lot of times I just couldn't speak. So I missed out on friends as a kid because I would only imagine talking to them. And then if they talked to me, I got a lot of, what's wrong with you?
Oh, wow. You know what? We were just talking about I went to Cirque du Soleil today, and you said it was one of your favorite first things.
Yeah, it was like a core memory for me to go. That was part of being in that elementary school. I used to get tickets to stuff, and we went as a family. They'd give my family tickets, and my dad would take me and my sister. So we saw Cirque du Soleil, and I can still...
Oh,
I hear the music in my
I
head.
just wanted to tell you the theme of today's show it's Crystal, but it was about a girl who was, her mom is scolding her. It starts off you're not doing your homework, and she's expressing all this art, and she's got all these ideas. It sounds so much like who you are, and it's so cool because then she ends up kind of running away. It's just a really intense story, and falling through this ice, and it's all like. It's almost like a near-death experience where her life is flashing before her eyes. And it was almost like you could tell she was struggling with whether I want to be on this earth because I'm so sensitive and I'm an artist and trying to find her place and being told that she doesn't belong. They showed a lot of scenes at school where she's kind of by herself. Anyway, just reminded me of it. Like I thought, I leaned over to my son. I go, I think this is about ADHD and, like neurodivergent kids. Anyway, I just reminded me of it. But, so then I'm so curious, like when and how. So you're saying I didn't know how I got exposed to a lot of art, had this huge internal creative life, but then what happened? How did you?
I've heard my sister say it before. In middle school, 8th grade, I made a conscious decision to be funny, to dress better and to be funny.
Oh, wow.
And to just be a little sillier outwardly and make friends and make jokes with friends. And I found some friends and we joked a lot. We, 8th grade, cool kids, we're sitting around on, you find your stoop and we crack jokes at lunch, meet you at the stoop. And so it was also based on another thing with my dad in his yearbooks. He was class clown in several yearbooks, several years. He went to different proms. He was most popular.
Yeah, because what I've learned with my humor class, we know this already, but it makes us so attractive. Like I can't believe some of the people that I have dated as a tomboy with a lazy eye. I've had some fine gentlemen and lady callers. So I don't want to brag, but I'm like. But it is. I think there is something about being funny is very attractive. Mm-hmm. So he went to several proms because he was so charming.
He was charming and likable, and I think he was short. Now look back on it, I think my dad was kind of short, but he would people liked him and so much, and I just wanted to do that. I wanted to emulate that.
Yeah.
I think what I didn't understand is that was his natural personality and how he was. And so I was trying to be funny and I was like, I'm just going to turn it on. Here we go. And it worked. It's something that I say when I'm teaching as well. Like you're going to have to give yourself permission to be funny.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to say the joke out loud. When you're at the grocery store and you have a funny because as comedians, our brains now just work like that.
Yeah.
We think of funny things constantly.
Yeah, especially like when the worst things are happening for some reason. It's like, oh, that'll be funny. Like, trying to find the funny in everything.
Mm-hmm. We find the funny in everything. People laugh. I think for me, people laugh when I'm not intending for them to laugh. It's just a thing. I can't help it.
Yeah.
So I think that I started allowing the thoughts to come out when I was in middle school. So
in a weird way, like almost like fake it till you make it. Like prime that pump. And then I was thinking with your acting background too, I don't know if you had done some plays by then. Had you?
No.
Oh, okay. I just thought, they always say females mask on the spectrum better and ADHD better. So a lot of females don't get diagnosed with stuff. But also just that idea of like, putting it on, like almost like putting on a character. Like this is my new 8th grade character.
Yeah,
at school, much. My 8th grade at school. I mean, we all play roles in different.
I think I was funny and have been prepping it in my head and had funny thoughts and never interjected the way that comics do in a green room. I can't do it in real life. I don't really interject in the green room. There's too many people going. But in 8th grade, it was like, okay, interject. Say it out loud.
Yeah.
Maybe it's snarky, maybe it's sassy, maybe it's, and that was also like, I think we talked about this where I grew up religious, and I grew up religious, and it also really separates you by genders in the religion.
Yep.
So we were really taught to be quiet.
Females to be quiet.
And we were, and you're praised for being quiet in class. Quiet is a good thing.
I never received that praise. I was the class clown, but I never got that praise. But when you're talking about being in the green room, I have to say, I do still think that women, I don't know. And again, it's always this way, I'm sort of non-binary-ish. I'm a she, they, but I never feel like that I want to, it's almost like sparring or something in the green room. You have to almost fight for your, and I don't know. I've never vibed like that in the green room very well.
I never do.
I don't know if it's a female thing or if it's just, I don't know.
I think I see it a lot in women in mixed rooms. A lot of times we're outnumbered in a green room. It's going to be, mostly male identifying folks. And
males often don't laugh. Even if you have a good line. I've felt that before many times where it's like, oh, there was one guy, Roger Rittenhouse. He was so funny. And he's a writer and he's out in LA. But man, he was about one of the only males that would laugh at me. And I remember just sort of picking up on that, like, oh, it's they can't or something won't. I mean, occasionally they would. I shouldn't say always, but I just felt like, man, I had to work a lot harder to get a laugh out of it. And then it kind of felt cringy, like, okay, now I'm trying too hard.
Right. Yeah, so. I think I never want to be accused of trying too hard. That's probably my thing is the laid back. I'm too cool to be trying to get laughs in this room right now. And I tend to just do most of the laughing and the giggling. I'm like Robin on the, Howard Stern. I'm just giggling back there just to stay in the room. But when there's been a lot of people in the green room, I don't chime in. It's just too hard to jockey for position, and I don't think I...
And it's also like what's funny to us is not the same. Like I was thinking about Moms on Hinge shows, and there's a different... When we're in the green room, we're more connecting. I don't know that we're always trying to make each other laugh. I don't even sense that. I feel like it's more about like truly wanting to connect and how are you doing and what's going on for you? And, there's that energy too of craving connection versus ego show up. Like, let me show you, it's like a mini roast in the green room sometimes.
Yeah. It's a little exhausting for me, but I enjoy the connecting with the ladies of Moms Unhinged, but yeah, as a kid, I made a conscious choice to get over the shyness as well. I didn't love my whole life. Like I say, Ezra's listening all the time. I heard people saying that I was shy all the time.
Yeah.
And then at some point I heard people saying I was mean. But it was really like, I was just quiet.
Wow. So they must have projected stuff onto you. I think when people are quiet, people project.
Yeah, when you're quiet and people don't know how you feel.
Yeah.
Or when you're not paying attention to them.
Oh, yes.
Then you seem as though you're mean or aloof. Aloof can be interpreted as
it can
as
trigger
mean,
a little insecure.
Unfriendly. And then you just go, I'll go more into myself then because you people don't understand me. So it was a lot of that. And just in 8th grade, I wanted to do what my dad had done. I thought that might impress him. And then my dad passed when I was like 15. So there was just a short period of that sort of personality. And then a different personality happened after he passed away, I think.
I was going to say, I wonder, we were just talking at the Scrabble table with Stephanie McHugh and Catherine Shea about kind of spirit energy. Do you ever, this is a personal question, but did you ever feel his spirit energy around you? Or like, I was even thinking, did he pass his, like, here you go, I'm gonna feed you some lines.
Maybe that would be great.
Is that too far?
No. Like when you were saying like your aunt visited your sister, maybe. I was like, oh, that would be cool. I'm wondering if I'm paying enough attention.
I will say, like, working this recovery program, part of the program is like you will have a spiritual awakening. And I think I've always been a little bit tuned in, but now I'm really watching for spirit signs, and they come in different ways. And also just this feeling of, I don't know, like sometimes it comes with a truth chill. Like if I talk about somebody and I feel their presence around. Had that yesterday with a new comic. So who knows?
Yeah.
Lots of.
I used to be more in tune. I think you have to just be in tune with. You have to be listening. I think that spirit can be there. People can want to talk to you, but I know when I was a teenager, I specifically said, please don't.
Oh, you asked him not to.
Yeah,
That's
like, don't.
You had a boundary, and especially you're a teenager. You're like, you know what?
Don't show up. I'm already scared, so just don't. And I wonder if I probably should have at some point been like, oh, I changed. I feel like I did at some point. Say, I changed my mind. I'm an adult now. It's fine. You can visit if you want to.
Yeah, you could choose when, like when you're, writing comedy or whenever, when you need help with Ezra.
I ask. Usually, I will call on all of my dead relatives. When I was in this play, I was doing a one-woman show with Aurora Fox, and it was like 90 minutes of me by myself on stage with no break.
Wow.
And so it was just like, once they start the show, it's just Janae and hope she doesn't fuck up. And I loved the experience. And backstage, I would just stand in there and I would call on everybody and say, can you just uplift me through this show and help me? And I would go into these, the play, I did 13 characters, and I just was like, can you just
I heard it was fantastic.
help me through it?
Dang, I'm sorry I missed that. But they helped you.
I think so. Every night I called on all of them, my grandmothers that I never even met. I was just like, hey, because I don't know. I know that when I'm acting, I am just several versions of myself. I'm not great with accents. I'm not Meryl Streep doing people you won't recognize. Like, it's me and it's my mom and it's probably my grandma. Like, it's just I'm my sister. Those are all the characters that exist. And so I asked the ancestors, the family, come and let me also use you. Like, maybe that character is going to be my grandmother. Maybe something inspiring comes from my dad. Like, can you help me in that show? And I try not to call on them when it's something easy. I'm like, I won't.
You don't want to abuse the privilege?
I don't want to abuse the privilege. Everybody stand down. I got this one. This is just a dick joke show right now. So I got it.
Well, it's funny. Because I feel like I've been having the sense that I'm channeling muses, and I'm starting to feel like I'm channeling some of the muses of the attendees, where it's like my muses are playing with their muses, because I'm starting to, I don't know. I'm just starting to feel this thing between us. Like I'm saying it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about this, whatever's between us, I don't understand. In stand-up, wait, you didn't really say when you started stand-up. How you went and did a mic or something?
I took a class. I was doing improv, and I was really unhappy in improv, because in improv, it's up to the 8 other players to help, for us all to be funny. And I was just like, you guys are not funny. I am funny, and you're bringing me down. And me and another girlfriend, we went to watch a friend do a showcase, and we were like, girl, we could do that. And Max Bird, she's still a comic too now. I took a class because that's where I feel comfortable, in the, arts classes where I can ask questions and set goals and expectations. Yeah. And I took the one class and I was like, oh, I got it. I knew I could do this. Okay. And then I just proceeded to do that. But once I got to Denver, there was so much stand-up comedy, and then I didn't really get into theater immediately. So I just spent all my time doing stand-up comedy, just getting to be around comedy and funny people. I got to be around funny people. Yeah. All my friends were funny, and it made me want to be funnier. Yeah, it made me want to be funnier all the time. So
it makes a difference when you're hanging out with people on a certain vibe, and also just like finding the funny. And that's another thing where we're going back to like being a single parent. It can be very isolating. Mm-hmm. And I hope you continue to like, don't be shy, to reach out. And I don't know, we should create some sort of, I don't know, like Andrea with Moms Unhinged, like a spreadsheet of some sort, like, I hear Ezra. I think he's having a good time.
I did the junkyard mic with all of those women, and they were great because it was only like 6 or 8 of us in the room, I totally overshared. I was like, you know what's going on with me right now? My baby daddy. And so
it's a good time to overshare.
And then so it was all out. And then they had, mutual experiences as moms. They got it. And that's what I needed to. It's like, as a mom, if I ran into old Janae as a mom, old Janae would not get it at all. Old Janae could not even be a good friend, I think, to a mom.
Yeah.
I look back on like my best friend having a kid and just not understanding her schedule, her fatigue, her mind changing, her priorities. I just didn't get it. And so, so now I need to find my people because they do understand. I feel tight in front of a regular batch of comics. Like, you guys don't get it.
You have no idea.
Hard. It's so hard. But the moms do get it. And I'm thinking too recently about the whole inner child thing, healing the inner child, and just the idea that I'm not actively trying to do that through my child, but there are some moments with him where I'm like, hey, be conscious that you could treat yourself better. So treat your inner child better through him.
Yes.
Like right now I'm locked into like, I didn't always feel protected. So I'm trying to protect. I'm conscious of it. There are moments where I'm always thinking about how to protect him. Am I protecting his feelings? When another kid is bullying, I'm like, do I jump in and stop this because I want to protect him? Or do I let him figure this out? So I'm very conscious of that, but it's all connected to myself when I was a kid feeling unprotected.
That is such a great teacher to do that for yourself. And I know you're going to figure this out because I feel the universe supports it. We're going to find events for you to host. We're thinking about public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some pathways for that too. So keep putting it out there, what you need.
Someone in my life who is happy to hang out with my kid while I do work. Someone trustworthy who just enjoys this fun dude and who's within my budget.
What do you mean within your budget? Like you don't support them? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean I don't need a partner. I need a nanny, an au pair, someone who's like.
Oh, I thought you were manifesting a partner. Okay.
I mean the partner. I still would like that. I think
it's hard to imagine right now when you're tapped out.
I'm tapped out. I enjoy relationships. But I've never been with anyone since I've had my kid other than his dad. So I don't even know how I would be because I'm very focused on him. So I think if some other adult came into my life, it'd be like, you'll only be second. You'll always be second.
That's the truth. I gotta say.
A distant second to my child. I can really love you, sir, madam, whoever, but my child is key. And if you can enjoy him and love him as much as you'll never love him as much as you can't. Nobody can. But I would love that for us. I loved being in a little family when he was able to be. I loved that. That was our thing. Like we were just going to be, a family circus and travel and have a little artistic kid. And now I'm like, oh God, can't really do it. But
yeah,
I wish my mom was available in that way.
Yeah.
Just somebody you trust very much where you can relax. I cannot relax. When he's with my mom, I really do relax.
Yeah.
When he's with one of my sisters, I really do relax. But they're all busy gals. Everybody's busy in my family. So we'll see if some sister, mother type is like, hey.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll hang with you guys.
Let's see what wants to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for taking this time. And how can people reach you? Or how can they see your comedy?
Well, let me tell you should not have all of your relationships all in one person. My partner, my baby daddy, was also my website guy.
Oh, no.
He was my merch guy. So you can still find me on Instagram because I run that by myself.
Okay.
My Instagram still works. Website, gonna get that back up. But Instagram, and my website I got to get back up because I am putting dates. Moms Unhinged, I'm doing a lot of those. I'll be at Looney's in June. Check out their website, headlining in June. But I'll also be at
Looney's in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, so that'll be down the line. But Moms Unhinged stuff. I think I'm doing Looney's with Moms Unhinged too. But I'll be headlining in June.
And we're both doing the Mother's Day show.
Mother's Day.
Where are we?
But Negative Negro on Instagram. Find me, message me, and sometimes I will tell you where I'm going to be.
You host Film on the Rocks.
So this will be my 3rd season at Film on the Rocks. And then for the Willy Wonka show, I'll be doing stand-up comedy for that one. So maybe this will be out in time for that. For Film on the Rocks, the movie will be Willy Wonka. That's the one I'm going to do a set.
You're going to do a set. So you're hosting all of them.
I'm hosting all of them.
But on that one, you'll do a set.
Yeah, because as the event host, I really just read announcements and read names, but I'll do some comedy.
Oh, it is so special to get to do comedy at Film on the Rocks in front of 6,000 people. Come see Janae Burris at Film on the Rocks this summer, and also find her Negative Negro.
Negative Negro on Instagram.
I feel uncomfortable saying that. Can I be honest? As a white girl, I don't feel like I'm supposed to say.
But I don't know
Negro.
why. I've heard a few people say it, and I'm like, I don't know why.
Am I going to get canceled?
Not if you pronounce it correctly, but
I am pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah,
I've been watching a ton of Muhammad Ali. I don't know if you've watched any of his. It's back in the 60s. Like, we don't say Negro anymore, And
yeah, it's just an antiquated term, and I prefer people not say it like Janae is a Negro. Like, don't say that. It's just my handle. It's not my nickname or anything. It's just my handle.
Okay.
It's just an alliteration. I like alliterations.
Yeah, Nancy Norton does too.
Yeah, see?
All right. Thanks, Janae.
Thank you.
I want to thank my guest, Janae Burris. You can find her on Instagram. And I think you can just put in Janae Burris. I don't know. Now that she's not here, I don't feel like I can say her handle as a white woman. So go to Instagram, put in Janae, Janae Burris, Janae Burris, and I'm sure her handle will turn up. And hire her as an event host, as a headlining comedian, as an actor. And also, if you know a really good, vetted, trustworthy babysitter who's a lot of fun. I want somebody a lot of fun for Ezra. He likes to have a good time. So somebody playful, reliable. Let's manifest. Let's manifest. I want to thank my son, Nathaniel Norton, for the music for Traumedy. And I want to thank you, the listener, for being on this co-healing journey. All right, I'm Nancy Norton. Thanks for listening. Tune in again, hopefully next week. Actually, I may take a break next week because of Nurses Week, and I'm traveling almost every day for the next 2 weeks. So I may take a break just this week. All right, no matter what, keep laughing.